third of 5 events underway. The athletes know 4 of them. They do not know what the 5th event is. That will be briefed later. The synchronized bar muscle-ups, every athlete needs to be locked out on top of that bar at exactly the same time for the rep to count. The Pacific team is through their first 4, and now it's on to the barbells, where they will complete 8 hang power snatches. 135 pounds for the men, 95 pounds for the women. That's 61 kilos for the men, 43 kilos for the women.
The more time you spend with people, obviously, the more comfortable you get. And the awareness of where you are in a movement where you don't have to communicate, you can do it by sight, really plays a big factor. It's going to come down to this one, especially Pacific team just moving their bars forward. But these guys have spent so much time over the last week together. Hopefully they've got everything in queue.
The Europe team yesterday said this event, quote, was their jam. And right now they are in the lead. There are 72 total reps. The team that is in the lead will have its name highlighted in the blue box at the top of your screen, and the number in the white box will indicate how many repetitions that they have completed. All the other teams, the number in the white box will indicate how many reps behind they are of the leaders. And now, for the second time, the Pacific team in the green shirts, the United States in the blue, the Europeans in the black, and the Canadians all on to their second round of 8 synchronized hang power snatches. In order for the rep to count, they need to be locked out overhead in control of the barbell at exactly the same time. Caroline Reason-Thibault is on the right of your screen. She is the one who was concerned about using a men's barbell, and so far doesn't seem to be affecting her too much, as it's the Pacific team and the Canada team who are first done with round 2.
Pacific team breaking that up, splitting half and half, working that grip strategy, as Rowe mentioned a couple of minutes ago. They're going to make sure there's leaving nothing to chance when we get into the back end of these 6 rounds.
Pacific team coming in with a 4-point lead over the United States and Canada for the top spot on the overall leaderboard. They are done with their 3rd round of 4 synchronized bar muscle-ups.
I mentioned transitions before. The Pacific team, top of screen, are working really well and not rushing the transition or the setup of their barbells.
The Canada team is still in the lead. They're now through 32 of the 72 total repetitions, but the Pacific team is tied with them. Now the United States has started to catch up, but Canada is back to work, and they are back in the lead. Round 3 is done for Canada. Round 3 is done for the Pacific team. Canada in the red, bottom of your screen. Pacific team there in the green at the top. The United States in the blue are now done with their 3rd round, and the Europe team is starting to fall behind. They really thought that this event was going to be in their wheelhouse. This is the fight for first place.
Synchronization for the Pacific team, bottom left. They're the only same team roster that we've seen ever at an invitational, and the communication hasn't been that visual. We can't see too much coming out of anyone's mouth. It's just going by sight at the moment. Save a little bit in the tank and just make sure they've got eyes on each other. A little bit romantic.
James Dubry and Carl Webb are closest to the camera, and then behind them is Rob Forte and the fittest woman on earth, Tia Toomey. Their cycle time is much faster on that barbell than the Canada team, and now Pacific is done with their 4th of 6 rounds, as is the Canada team. They are leaving both the United States and Europe behind them. An event win here would be huge for the Pacific team, as they would really put a stranglehold on the top spot on that overall leaderboard. The United States is done. They currently sit in 3rd place in this event. They are now back to the pull-up bar for their synchronized bar muscle-ups. With the Canada team, so far the grip does not seem to be a factor.
Frakowski not only looking straight across at Patrick Vellner to make sure they're all synchronized, but looking down the field and holding his hands up to make sure everyone knows exactly what they're doing, and keeping an eye on the Pacific team at the same time.
He was holding up the number 2. They did 2 reps. Now they're going to do 3, and they have dropped it. The Pacific team, meanwhile, is now in the lead by 1 rep. 72 total reps need to be completed in this event. This is the 5th of 6 rounds. Pacific team continuing to work. And they are done. The Pacific team will move on to their final round. Back to the bar for 4 synchronized bar muscle-ups. Meanwhile, the Europe team is struggling.
Has that come down to the lack of practice that Sarah has missed over the last couple of days? Synchronization just out a little bit, but a great race coming up, and the crowd really getting vocal.
The Europe team sits in 4th place right now. The battle for first is between the Pacific team and the Canada team, as they are on the right of your screen. The Pacific team is off first. They'll have 6, make that 8 hang power snatches in this 6th and final round. So 8 reps remaining for the Pacific team, looking for their 2nd event win here in the competition. They're 2 down as Canada has yet to get to the barbells. 3 down, now 4 down for the Pacific team as they have widened their lead, and now the Canada team is getting to work. The Pacific team still in the lead, looking for their 2nd event win. 1 more to go. A no rep for the Pacific team. Canada creeping up, but the Pacific team, it will not cost them, and it's a 2nd event win for the Pacific team. Canada, meanwhile, can lock up 2nd place, and that will separate them from the United States on the overall leaderboard if they can hold off the Americans, as they are rep for rep, and now the United States is in 2nd, and Canada will finish in 3rd.
Wow. USA just plugging away there in the middle of the arena and snuck up on Canada to take that 2nd position.
Canada at the last minute goes from 2nd to 3rd, and they were in the lead at one point in this event, and now the Europe team looking to get shut out in this event, as they are the only team left on the floor. A bit surprising, because they were very confident about their chances in this event when it was announced yesterday.
Now that grip I mentioned earlier starting to play a factor, especially with the young ladies. The barbell's a little bit thick because it is a men's bar.
Communication doesn't seem to be as smooth with them either.
No, they just seem to be a little bit off, but they are all done now. And we'll be under that time cap.
The Pacific team over there to congratulate the Europe team as they come across the finish line. So 3 events in 2